Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. In this video, I want to share with you a training method that quickly helped me improve my muscle up. Let's get into it. To set the background, before I started seriously training the muscle up, I was able to pull 30 kilograms for 3 reps, and at this point I ignorantly thought I should technically have the strength to perform the muscle up quite easily. However, when I attempted to perform the muscle up, I had to use both a lot of momentum and chicken wing just to get myself over the bar. When I looked back at the footage of my pull-ups, I discovered that although the pull-ups were strong, they were also quite slow and I was barely getting my chin over the bar, which meant I had not been effectively training the fast twitch muscles needed for the explosive power that is required to perform a muscle up. After I discovered my explosive pulling strength was lacking, the first thing I did was jump onto Google to figure out ways on how to improve my explosive strength specifically for the muscle up, which is when I discovered the contrast method. What is the contrast method? The contrast method pairs a heavy compound movement like a back squat with a plyometric exercise like a squat jump. The reason behind this is that by performing a heavy compound followed by a light plyometric exercise gives you the ability to harness more explosive power in the plyometrics movement. Okay, so now we know the method. How do we apply this to the muscle up? So to apply this to the muscle up, we will need to perform a heavy pulling exercise, followed by the explosive exercise, which in this case is going to be the muscle up. For the heavy compound in my case, I chose to do a weighted pull up for 2 to 3 reps, then resting for approximately 3 minutes before performing the explosive muscle up. And now we know how to apply the method, let's talk a little bit more about how contrast training works. Contrast training works by increasing the force of your muscle contractions through something called post-activation potentiation, or PAP for short. Explained in simple terms, the initial heavy exercise fires up your muscles and they respond by recruiting more force in the following plyometric or speed exercise. This practice over time will lead to a net increase in your explosive power. In the context of the muscle up, this means that when you do weighted pull-ups, the central nervous system becomes primed for high power output, meaning that when you perform muscle ups after, the movement will be significantly easier. And while you're performing the muscle up in peak power output, your explosive muscle fibers will form and develop over time. Okay, now we know how to apply it and how it works, let's talk a bit about programming. In terms of programming, it can be tricky, as you need to find a weight heavy enough that you can pull for 2 to 3 reps over multiple sets, but that does not fatigue you to the extent of lower performance. In my case, for the weighted pull-up, I did a 25 kilogram pull-up for 2 to 3 reps, knowing that I can do 25 kilograms for at least 6 reps for 3 sets. And for the muscle up, my aim was 2 reps as I was really focusing on the explosiveness and form. Okay guys, that sums up my experience of comparative training. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing. If you have any questions or additional feedback on the video, please let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Until next time.